Hello, good people of YouTube. Today is Monday, August 24th, 2015, and I'm your host, Wolf Tiger. And yes, it is that time. The time for another exciting episode of
The Things That Make You Go,
The series that takes an editorial and sarcastic look at the realm of video games and technology. Get to the chopper!
Well, friends, it's looking like another slow news day. Very little is happening in the world of gaming news. Oh, maybe not. I better look into this. What is it? Oh, it's Konami again. And what's going on? Well, as it turns out, the upcoming Phantom Pain apparently has microtransactions and a paywall when it comes to the player versus player multiplayer mode. That's right, pay coins, and then you can actually play player versus player. Konami has reached out and clarified, saying, in-game you can earn some money too and unlock it yourself, but no actual details have emerged because the online mode is currently locked on the review copies of the game. So let me get you more details on this Konami story. That should tell you all you need to know. From GameSpot.com, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain will ship on September 1st in North America and Europe, but access to its competitive multiplayer mode, Forward Operation Base, will be restricted behind a microtransaction wall. In the Phantom Pain, players use various resources acquired within the game to facilitate the construction of an offshore base. But in order to participate in the online multiplayer mode, where players attack each other's bases, they must first use real-world money to purchase MB coins. MB coins are then used to purchase open water in the game to make space for a PvP dedicated base. This was discovered during GameSpot's review process for the Phantom Pain, but without online functionality we couldn't determine the cost of MB coins or fully evaluate F.O.B mode. When reached for comment, Konami's public relations team initially responded, "Unfortunately, we don't have any official details to share at the moment regarding the microtransaction mode for F.O.B. We should have more information for you next week though, as the details are still being solidified." Later, the developer clarified that the F.O.B mode will be fully accessible at launch, and a microtransaction layer to the specific feature in the game primarily acts as an accelerator. Konami has promised to reveal more details at launch. So there you have it. There are confirmed microtransactions in Metal Gear Solid 5. Give it up for Konami. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip. Oh wait, microtransactions. Microtransactions, another bane of online gaming. It's rearing its ugly head everywhere you look in full-priced games. We're not talking free-to-play games or games when you make a small purchase. Nope, full $60 games. SimCity? Oh yeah. Street Fighter? Yep. Mortal Kombat? It's there too. And now, Metal Gear Solid 5. This is just plain sad. I mean, come on. Microtransactions are not the way that you need to do business here. It's extra money. What is it like? It's like charging you for a full batch of cookies, and then you take it home, put your cookies in the cookie jar, and then, oh by the way, if you want another cookie or sprinkles, you can pay a little bit more. That's right, the store manager just shows up at your doorstep and says, oh by the way, those aren't the real cookies. You get a little bit more if you pay us a few cents. Here, there. Sprinkles, 50 cents. Extra cookie, $1. Better cookie, $1.50. Flakes, 25 cents. Better yet, M&Ms in your cookies, $5. They just dink and dunk and take as much money out of your pocket as they can get. It's really sad. And this isn't like we're talking about purchasing extra items for the game or something to make your game look more pretty. No, we're talking about an actual gameplay mode. Whether you're on one side or the other, this should feel wrong to you. I mean, honestly, microtransactions do work when it comes to free-to-play games where that is the backbone of their money. That's where they get most of their money. But no, not here. No, Konami already has $60, $70, $80, depending on what edition of the game you go out and purchase, and then they want more. It's not like they need the money. After all, multiplayer is already in the game. They just want you to actually pay for it. Either straight out pay to play it, or pay to speed things up. It's the same kind of crap that we see in iOS and Facebook games. Oh, you're running out of energy. You could wait a few hours, play some more, or you could actually pay some money, and there you go. Your energy, your items are all full again. Come on, Konami, you can do better than this. It's just so sad to see a once great company doing something like this. You know what it makes me want to do? Break out an old NES controller and enter the old classic Konami code. And mysteriously, though it shouldn't work, it actually does. I have an infinite supply of MB coins. Then I could give it to everybody and say, nope, you don't need to use these microtransactions to play against each other, because you can play the game that came on your disc. Of course, that just wouldn't make sense, and Konami wouldn't make the extra buck. So in the end, Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out, and it could very well be a great game. But it will always be tarnished with that idea that there's microtransactions involved, and possibly multiplayer locked behind a wall. As always, we'll keep our eyes open and see what happens next. Hopefully there's better news about this later on. That's all for now. Peace out.